you done.
So many things I'm going through, so much that I wanna do. It's hard to become so clear to me. Tomorrow ain't really guaranteed. So many days I thought of you. It's about time you know the truth. Got to act quickly when I fall in so many reasons why. Why don't we? Why don't we? Why don't we? Why don't we fall in love? Why don't we fall in love? So many reasons. Feel blessed and baby, just wanna let you know that you're the only one I never want to go. I never did know what to do. I never thought I was for you. I just wanna watch and every yes on my mind. Everything you do, I wanna feel again. Ain't no need for us to pretend why.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Well, what is going on, Entertainment? So I'm coming to y'all with another video. And y'all, I'm not home, y'all, for now. First of all, hold on. Let me put my camera on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Y'all probably like, what the hell, Pierre? I'm not using my regular computer because I left it at home with my flight. So, not my computer, but my camera. So, my camera battery, I left it at home and I forgot to take it. So I'm using my Apple laptop. Let me know if my audio is good. I just wanted to do this late night or whatever for fun. Something like that. Someone said, why you neglected Not At TV? Not At TV neglected me. How about that? Everybody else gets a little promo except for me after I was one of the first people that started covering a fuck ass network. No, wow. Okay, don't hit me with that. Not At TV neglected me. Okay? Y'all can hear me with the audio, right? Y'all can hear me with the audio? Okay, it's good. Okay. I am only going to be here on the East Coast for a little bit. First of all, that's why I put out that community post. How do you guys live down here permanently? I don't get it. The airport wasn't cold, but when I stepped outside to get in the Uber, bitch, I thought I was gonna die. That wind hit me like fucking what's her name? Billy hit Hood Baby. That's cold. How do y'all live here permanently? I could never. I want to go back home like now. Dead ass. This is ridiculous. What state? I can't say. Bia knows. hike BNOs, but I can't say. But yeah, just know it's in the East Coast, and it's so cold. Okay, so first I wanted to get into y'all is Curtis. So Curtis is finally replying back to all the stuff that Nat said about him. Okay, days later, and he posted this post of them kissing. It be the kisses for me. It be the kisses for me. I like who you for me. I like you kissing on me. Natalie, you might as well start a support group with you and Draya, okay? Cougars, the real Cougars of LA. Curtis ain't that young, so let me shut up. Not too much on Natalie, because Curtis is not, at least he not 21 going on 22 and just turned 22. At least Curtis is of grown man age, okay? Not a jit, right? So we could at least give him that grace. But you still a cougar, that. And then he had the nerve to say this.
I watched Natalie's live just like the rest of y'all. All that shit she was saying was some bullshit. Like, don't believe none of this shit that bitch talking about.
And had the nerve to use Keisha Cole's song. I was single defamation. Now, this is why I feel like he went overboard. It's one thing to kind of key on Natalie and stuff, but you bring up her mama. My mama, bitch, you need to turn into Nina about your mama, Natalie. Because that's just out of line. Your mama. I don't like that. That's not funny. You talking about that lady mama, talking about, oh, her mama loves me and everything. Now you going to get that white lady cursed out. He said, me and her mom are best friends. I sent Natalie a gift to her mom's house so her hubby wouldn't see. That's my baby. She just mad, y'all. And then the text read, hey, how are you, mom? Did the package get to you yet? And apparently this is Natalie's mom. And Natalie's mom says, I'm good. Yes, it came. And then Natalie says, hey, Natalie's mom said, hey, Curtis, I just wanted to reach out and say thank you for being a good guy. I've enjoyed hanging out with you, and I know Natalie is feeling a certain way. Call me when you can talk. I'm always around. Cute a lot. Oh, this is so messy. It's not even funny. Curtis, you dead ass wrong for that. I'm sorry. You bring the girl mama into it, and this date reads February 8th. It is now March 8th. So this has been a month ago. These messages were sent. So who knows what transpired within that month when you started blackmailing her and what did she say? Sextortion her, extortion her. And then now the mom probably don't mess with you like that. Because of course she's gonna take her daughter's side over you. So to me, this doesn't really prove anything. And it falls flat again. I know Nat regrets ever kissing up on that boy. You was better off touching on Moolah. He wouldn't have opened his mouth. That nigga run a radio show and he still don't be talking about Zeus like that. Out of everybody, you would think he would be the one running his mouth about Zeus and, you know, Natalie and the girlies. And he's been hush. We didn't have heard from Moolah since he dropped that network. For the love of Moolah. You know what I'm saying? You picked the wrong nigga, Nat. It's just shame. I kind of feel bad for her, but then again, I don't. Because you cheating on poor, what's his name? Poor Jacob. Okay? Now, Jacob, on the other hand, in my opinion, needs to speak out just off of the strength of your man are getting disrespected. This guy is parading your wife and is making it seem as if it's a throuple situation and you're just okay with him just giving her dick. That's not right. Just off of, you know, your integrity, your dignity, you need to say something. Because we all just looking at you like, oh, he must be okay with it. He must have, you know, some niggas and some girls on the side too that he's entertaining. That's why he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of not cool. Mo City would have been worth cheating. I agree too. Mo City wouldn't have said nothing. She's gonna buy Jacob a car like the basketball players do when they white cheat. Maybe he is. I do believe so. Jacob be a fool to not have pieces on the side. Because Moolah don't want his tea spilled. Exactly. He wouldn't have said nothing. How is that worse than bringing her daughter into it? I didn't see anything about him bringing her daughter into it. Last time I checked, I might have missed something, but I haven't seen that as of lately. Okay. And yes, the mom did sound like she wanted a piece of Curtis because I enjoy being around you a lot. It's kind of crazy. Listen, let me find out Curtis is a sugar baby. You a nasty nigga. You a sugar baby nigga. You using these old girls to get coin. Listen, I don't knock the game. Right now, the economy is crazy right now, so I'm not even mad at it. Bills gotta get paid. So you be the sugar baby, you know, it's not too far-fetched. New York is very expensive. And another thing, this bottle of water was $4, near $5. Are you, bro? I'll never complain about South Florida again, ever. I want to play. They said 4 something. I'm like, huh? 4? Ugh. This world is getting out of control. No coming back from that, though. I don't think I'm gonna make a comment, make his reputation any better. Mo City could have had a slap and never said anything. I don't understand when this is all coming out with some. Yeah, exactly. We all kind of knew about this. You don't think they're in an open relationship? I don't feel like. Here's the thing. I feel like they have an agreement to not embarrass each other. Meaning that it's not an open relationship, meaning like you could go out on a date with a nigga, you know, in the middle of LA with TMZ following you. But like if you end up doing something, make sure nobody finds out. And I think that's where Nat crossed the line. Because now stuff is getting found out with video proof. F a picture proof, it's video proof. No. Close though. Nat don't want to say they have no. When I saw I gagged, I said $4. I'm like, bitch, what? It wasn't even 4 flat. It was like 4 something. I said, this is for a bottle of water. You can get a case of that if water for 4 something dollars. It just don't make no sense. But at this point, the best thing for Nat to do, serve that nigga with a cease and desist. That's it. Lawyer up and get that nigga legally shut the hell up, or you gonna take his house in Albany and be done with it. And then he gonna shut up for real. And tell Lemmy to leave Stunner alone. You wouldn't have had this problem had he had not been striking and taking pages and crap on Instagram. That's all mess with Instagram. You would have never had none of that problem. I'm just saying. Okay. Now off to Draya. Draya. This is real bad. I don't care what anybody says. I don't agree with this. Y'all know how I feel about ages and dating. I've always been attracted to older. Not even around my age. It's like, ew. Not older, like nasty old, like 40, 50. No, not like that, but like a little older than I am. Like, so this to me is disgusting. I'm sorry. I just don't see how you could relate to a 21-year-old being her age. She says, happy International Women's Day. As a woman, we navigate through so much, often leading us to question, what is my purpose? I have a purpose for me to fulfill this race. All you have to do is pray and obey. Don't give up, my child. Stay in your place. That's what you should have did, Draya. Often leading us to question, what is my purpose? For me, the magic lies in motherhood, in the aspiring ability to bring life into the world over the span of 2 decades. It's my superpower, and if anything can surpass the wonder of being a woman, it's the privilege of bringing another woman into existence. We're overjoyed to share our love for you, little girl. I am excited to speak words to the daughter I have never thought I'd have. We're anxious about your arrival, but take your time. This world can be tough, but know you're being brought into a space of love, security, and adornment. Hashtag 28 weeks, hashtag 7 months, hashtag coming May 2024, hashtag girl mom. So this, of course, was all talked about before and kind of pre-announced that she was preggers, but she denied it. I just don't agree with it. I'm sorry. Like, it's just like the reason why I don't agree with it too. The world is very hypocritical. Had the shoe been on the other foot, y'all would be on a nigga's ass about this. I don't give a crap what nobody says. Had a grown nigga got a 21-year-old girl that was a celebrity pregnant, y'all be going off the wall. Ew, what? You date your daddy. Da 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 da. So when the shoes reverse on the other foot, keep that same energy. That's just that on that. Okay, because it's just how can you relate to somebody? That's like me relating right now. It's like a 15-year-old. Like, what are we gonna talk about? Like, that's weird. I just don't get it. Draya, in my opinion, this is a big cash grab for her. She wants to be able to secure the bag. Orlando probably isn't making the coin that he was making in the past. Okay, it's what it is. It's securing the bag. That's what I think it is. It's a huge cash grab. This man's at the top of his game. He's very young, so he's not retiring anytime soon. He's in it for the long haul. Loves basketball. He's not going anywhere. What I do think needs to happen, though, she needs to go back on Basketball Wives. This is a huge storyline that I want to see. At this point, I feel like she would do it if VH1 cuts her a fat ass check. That's a lie, P. Al Pacino just had a newborn and nobody said anything. It's because he's white. So they let him slide. Had it been a black person, I would have been on his ass. Everybody was saying Al Pacino's weird. I didn't see a lot of people saying he was weird. So she's not lying about that. She's no. I think it's a little too far for that tricks game. Man. Y'all be going straight to that A word. Damn. I ain't say all that now. I just don't think she should be with the nigga. I ain't say all that now. Like, hey, it's already there. I'm not saying you to go down to the clinic. I just don't agree with it. Well, it's like, I'm going to the clinic now. Like, sheesh. Y'all be straight to the A word. Megan Thee Stallion. Let me stop. Whole bunch of Megan Thee Stallions in the chat. Go to the clinic. The clinic's up the street. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, okay? Literally under the post, two people were relentless. I didn't check out the comments. I had seen it when I was on the plane. She's gonna be licking the grandmama. Ex-wife can't win Michael Jackson. Okay, let's talk about this because Larsa's next. I'm gonna talk about her next. That to me, I feel like that's more age appropriate than that. This nigga's fresh out of college, barely. Just really low-key became legal to drink. And y'all say 22. I really don't care. He's 21. The nigga just turned 22. You got to be a few months in your age to really be your age. Not just turn. That like my birthday was a month ago and I'm 21. Nigga, you still 20. Give it a few months. You going to be really 21. I don't care. No. At least Larsa and her boyfriend, they're close in age. Not too close, but like it makes sense. They said, no, Pierre, they're both girls. No, I don't think so. Now, speaking of Larsa, I did watch Housewives of Miami. First of all, y'all gonna probably eat me up for this, but like, I don't. Oh, here's the thing, Gertie. I'm not too big of a fan of Gertie. I sympathize with what she went through on this season, but I feel like she did a lot this season to make Larsa look like a huge villain. But Larsa, shouldn't have never opened her mouth and told everybody she had cancer. That to me was crazy. It wasn't her place, especially after she told you not to do it. But everything that came after that, it was sort of like a picking at her, 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 just to see what she'll do. That's what I think. I feel like Grady has been like a lot over dramatic since when she came on the show. Not even this season, just when she came on the show, she's extremely over the top. Everything's a huge, huge scene with Grady. She's been like that since I've seen her come on the show. Who I do like on the show is Kiki. Kiki to me she reminds me a lot of my sister, but like Kiki to me is somebody who deserves to get shown a lot more spotlight. And I feel like she deserves like a main role versus some of the other cast members that are on there. For sure. Black as Hell, you're saying, oh my God, Pierre. In regards to the Gertie thing, I'm not saying she's milking her cancer. I'm saying like she poked at Larsa a lot this season. Nothing to do with cancer, but I feel like she poked at Larsa a lot this season to get a reaction. Even though Larsa in a lot of the situations was delusional. But a lot of girls were sort of poking at her just to get a reaction out of her. That's what I think. Yeah, for sure. Kiki needs to be the main over Julie, 100%. And the thing is, what's crazy is Miami. That franchise is so underrated. It does not get the hype that it deserves. It's sad because some of these other franchises are so boring and they get so much hype. But then that series is so good, episode to episode to episode to episode, and their ratings are like piss poor. I just don't get it. Now they're going in on Larsa's man because he basically said that some of the women couldn't wash his dishes if they were in the same home as them. Now that's a little crazy to me. It was a little bit racist, seeming that half of the cast is Hispanic. Why they gotta wash dishes? Why that gotta be the job that they would do if they were in the home? So it was sort of like, what you trying to say? Type of thing. And it not even that, it wasn't even giving more so race. It was giving more so like, oh, we better than y'all. Like we make more money than y'all. Y'all ain't ish. We better than y'all. But it's like if y'all were that rich and great, y'all wouldn't even need that show. And obviously y'all do because y'all be on there every season. So I do feel like that was a far last comment, to be honest. And I didn't think he was that chatty. I said, ooh, he was back there like like Eugene. I'm like, oh my God. He was a sassy one there. Like he not sassy, but like he was like really like getting it like very bad backstage. They were of course attacking his girl, which I get, but it was like it was coming across a little catty. Like Jerry Roca with somebody else. Let me go get these young dudes. I don't watch Miami. Yeah, I'm tough, bro. Miami's one of the best. Miami's 100% one of the best. One of the best on there. Casting wise, it's like perfect. All right. And then also, I did listen to the Ariana Grande album. Is it my favorite? No. Was it good? Yes. Not my favorite, though. The tracks that I did like, she did really, really good on The Boy's Mind. I just feel like a lot of the tracks sounded similar. That's what I didn't like with the album because I listened to it on the way here. A lot of them sounded similar. Maybe I need to listen to it like some 3-4 more times round and round and round so I get a good feel about it. But it was similar. What'd you guys think? I don't listen to sis, but the drama she got behind her now, she loves talking about taking them. She kept liking them, looking extra weird on it. I wonder how Draya's son feels about it. He probably feels weird about it because like now your stepdaddy, if they end up getting married, is like a year older than you, which is weird. Like, ew. Now, this to me was funny. There's a Bigo guy by the name of Jay content creator. He does it all. He went and got veneers. And they turned out it looked like mouth guards. I feel like there's no excuse for this. And I low key when I saw it, I thought it was a prank. I thought he was just he was trolling. But if Cash from Not STV could get veneers and they come out good for at least the moments that they did before she knocked them out, there's no excuse for this. And Cash gets her money from coins on Instagram Live. So nigga, you ain't got no excuse to get no messed up veneers like that. And my whole thing is, because of course I don't have veneers. When you're getting veneers, can't you aren't you able to see it at least halfway before you're completely done? How does that work? Because like I said, I don't have veneers. Let me stop. Okay, 18. But how does that work? Like, can't you you know what I'm saying? Like midway, can you look, be like, before it's all the way done? Bia, don't piss you off. Don't. How am I pissing you off? He just let the. That's what it makes sense to me with with the story. I really thought it was a prank. That's why I wasn't even gonna talk about it. I thought he was just trolling. Cause that can't be real. At the top. And then the person said, who did the veneer said, I saw your post on the shade room, and it's very weird. You decided to get on the internet and say that, but you didn't say ish when you were sitting in my chair. It's not even that bad. You're being dramatic. Delete those posts. You're ruining my businesses. I have multiple corporations. And then he said, Miss Bernicia, see, you should have known. No, you should have known she was gonna mess up your teeth just off of that last name. With all due disrespect, B, you played in my mouth. I didn't say anything when I got out the chair because I was honestly in disbelief. I'm not deleting ish. I have to come out of pocket to get my teeth fixed because you didn't know what you were doing. No, I'm not about to tag you and give your business clout either. Girl, F you. Why are you offering services that you don't know how to do? Like I can't talk or eat properly. Are you out of your effing mind, lady? And then he put question mark, hello, funky ass B. You must have blocked me, huh? There's no excuse for this. The Not As TV girls have been able to get veneers that are proper. One thing about somebody who do basement veneers, they don't play around. One time I recap Naja's teeth, her dentist DM me so quickly. I said, bitch, what? She said, oh my God. Please do an update video. I fixed her teeth. I'm like, okay. I'll do it when I can. They do not play around when it comes to those reviews because those customers are far between. I still don't think this is real though. I feel like this is a prank. And later on, he's going to pop out and, reveal that this was all fake. I just don't. It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Okay. Do y'all want to do call-ins or I want to finish the rest of the video of who did I marry so I could finish out the rest of at least that part of the video because we have, I think, 2 hours left after that video ends. Let me know if y'all want to call in or reactions because I want to finish out that series because I'm interested to see what happens with Sister Girl. Okay, both. All right, we'll do call-ins first. You can call about Not TV too. Since I didn't do the thing reactions this week, I couldn't though. So that wasn't by choice. Wait. Before I start commenting, I gotta pin the comment. Hold on. Hold on. All right, there we go. I'm surprised the quality of this laptop is this good. I did not think I did not think so. Okay, boom. The link is pinned if you do want to call in. Let's finish out the rest of this story time.
So it was important to me.
All right. What's going on here?
Hey Pierre,
What's
I've been
up?
sick for the past couple weeks, girl. COVID and the flu has got. That's why I ain't been able to call in.
That's all
I've
my
had
words
so
about
much.
like
I've
you be
had to
missing out in
say.
action.
I've had so many thoughts in my head about all these shows, but I ain't been able to say it. I ain't been able to talk.
Right. Let's talk Zeus first, because I want to hear your thoughts on this Bad versus Wild.
Oh my god, oof. It was so cringy to watch. It was so cringy to watch, and I like Teriyaki, Taseki, Taniki, Takashi, but she was so drunk that night. It just gave Krishan 2.0, and then it's like
Do
they
you
really
think
put a
she's letting
battery.
the Zeus fame get to her head?
Yes, they put a battery in her back because she like, I'll make you a star too. You want to be a star? I'll make another star. I'm like, oh, okay, girl. Like, come on now, shit. What's going on?
Right.
No.
Did you like the show? Because I've seen people say they like it, and some people say they hate it.
I'm still like in between since it's the first episode. Like, I like it. I think I only like it because I let a Puerto Rican princess, the cocaine bear. But
She did
I
good
don't
on this
know.
episode.
Huh?
Jocelyn did really good on that episode to me.
She
The
did.
comedy
She
was there.
carried the show. I think it was really her that carried the show.
Yes.
Honestly, because if she wasn't on there, if it was a different team, I probably would have cut it off a long time ago.
Yes.
But no, so I'm still in between. I'm still watching.
Now, what about the Caribbean auditions? Did any girls catch your eye as to who you want to be on there?
I watched it and I really don't remember nothing. That's so sad.
None of the girls were that memorable.
No, none of them was memorable except for the one girl that said, "Biggie, we still got issues," or the girl that
Right.
was like, "But you spit on me now." Those are the only
Right.
two. Really, honestly, everybody else. And then AB baby mama, like I saw the scene, but I didn't remember it until I saw it on Instagram.
Now, he came out and called her a baser. Do you think that's baser like activity to mention a nigga you done slept with or dealt with to be put onto an opportunity?
No, not really. She
I'm
just,
like,
I know, like not really though, because maybe she just ain't got enough motion as he has, so she just got to piggyback.
right.
She just got to piggyback. I mean, back then, Jocelyn, she won't speak of Stevie now, but back then she used to let him know.
Yeah, that's true. Now, do you agree with Draya getting pregnant with this? That's the huge topic of the day today that I've been seeing online. Is Draya wrong for getting pregnant by that 21/22-year-old?
No, because you back, I'm 29, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm dating more mainly older men, and it's cool. But them young ones, there's something about them young ones, they'll tear you
Now,
up from the front room to the back room.
would you have a baby by a 21-year-old?
Now, having a baby, Drea did wrong for that, but having fun,
That's all I'm
yeah.
saying. It's the baby. It's the baby. I'm
Having
sorry.
fun,
Like, I'm
yeah, because
dating. Okay.
he probably gave her round she ain't never had in her life. But having a baby, uh-uh, uh-uh, uh-uh. How old is Ray again? 48?
Around, well, not 48. Drea is not 48.
She close.
Drea is not 48. I
Ain't
mean,
she
the
close to
exact
Jackie
age.
age?
Drea is 39.
Close enough.
39.
Wait, 39?
No.
And he 21?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. She was the babysitter.
She said, "Oh my." So that's a no-go for you. You wouldn't let it knock you out. Who
Nah,
knows? It might have been a turkey baster situation.
she was the babysitter. I'm convinced. Like she was the babysitter, and he finally got a hold of her again.
It
No,
could have. I'm not gonna just assume it could have been a turkey baster situation. It could have
it
been.
could have been too. You know, they still do that.
And he's like, "How? The condom must have broke."
Yeah, because you know, girls they poke holes in them condoms too before you even open that pack. Nice little needle, pop, pop, pop. I know a few homegirls that did that.
Now, did you watch the Making the series finale?
Did I? No, I saw
Well,
clips of her of Ghana getting her. Yeah. Ooh,
particularly bit.
and that's what I've been meaning to call you too, because I really the more I look at Asia, the more she looked like a mini butterfly, like a younger version of a mini butterfly. I said, okay, Tara, for the kid.
Okay, here's the thing with the Making the Cast thing. That last episode, I had to watch it twice, 3 times maybe, in between stuff that I'm doing because I was confused. I thought the girl in the confessionals and the girl that was outside fighting with Phil, I thought those were 2 different people. So when I'm looking at the confessionals, I'm like, who is that girl and where is she in the show?
Wait,
So it took me
hold on, that's the same
like,
girl?
that's the same girl.
You lying, Pierre, for
I
real.
swear to God, the one with the pink hair.
You no.
Yes. I was so confused.
So how
That's why
she go from
I'm like, wait,
how she go from Amina Butterfly to Hood Rat Holly? I really don't get that.
I was so confused. I swear to God, I'm not being so serious. I'm not even joking. I literally had to watch it two, 3 times because I was like, who is this girl? Like that whole series kind of confused me because I used to confuse the girls.
Oh no, I'm flabbergasted. I gotta go watch that over.
Congrats to her. She is pregnant by Phil. That's the first not STV baby.
I saw that. I'm like, okay, all right. Still think he a queen, but okay.
I don't think so.
You don't
Y'all
think he a queen?
say it. No.
Oh no, he got that pretty face. You gotta watch them little pretty face, little boys.
I don't think so.
Oh,
Y'all know I'm the first to say that. No.
You ain't see his Now That's TV exclusive rant about getting in the boxing ring?
No.
Okay, you go watch that and you'll see.
Any final thoughts?
No, but I miss you and I'm gonna call in. I'm feeling much better. No more COVID-19, no more flu, no more
Right.
Theraflu,
That's good.
Benadryl. I see what T meant because I couldn't fight really with the Benadryl either. Yeah, I see what she meant. I do.
That they will take you out. Thanks for calling in. Night. All right, what's up, Melissa?
Big P,
What's up?
how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain what we discussing. What?
Anything y'all want to. First, let's start off with the Dre thing. What is your opinion on Dre getting pregnant by this basketball player?
It's giving me predator vibes. I mean, how you gonna do that with somebody your child age? You know, I understand give you a little groove back, but I think that's weird because I couldn't look at nobody. Cause I'm about Draya age, and I got a nephew 20. I don't see myself sleeping with nobody.
But what if he come around and he try to put it down on you? We can put it down like I fall in love. Maybe we can fall in love. He said, I'm gonna put it down, you fall up. And he put it down real good. And then he said, I want you to have my baby.
No. She could at least 28. 28. What, 25 plus at least. That's just, oh Lord, no. I know he probably told her. I know he power tapped. You know how on Northern how he say power tap?
Yeah.
Yeah, he power tapped that thing, but hey, no, I don't think I could let your man power tap me.
Now, what do you think about Curtis's clapback to Natalie days later? He's finally now speaking out about this and is basically saying Natalie's just in her feelings.
It seemed like he in his feelings. I think Nat look cat, but hey, it must have a little power to it or something. Cause Curtis kind of whining and giving.
I told y'all, Natalie got that tight grip on. Big
Yeah,
grip on.
she got that clap back.
She got that big grip on. Pussy grip on.
Oh,
Natalie got that. All right.
yeah,
Now, did you watch? Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I said yeah, she got some. Or she got that who will that super. You know what I'm talking about? That mouth might be real good. Yeah, she ain't, she got that strong jawline and chin, you know.
Y'all over here making fun of her chin and her jawline and stuff like that. Huh.
But no, I'm saying it's strong.
No,
You
I'm
know,
saying, but I'm saying it might work in her favor for other
yeah.
things. Oh, not too much. Okay.
Yeah, that's keeping them up. That's probably what got the Jacob.
Right. Now, did you watch any of the TV shows?
Yeah, I watched. Yeah.
What'd you think of the finale?
Oh man, the Pan twins be getting on my nerves. I got that from you, but I mean,
What did I say that? I be saying stuff and I'll forget. I said that.
He told Phil, look, he grabbed that hair. Lord have mercy. I said, ooh, Phil.
Let me tell you something. I felt so bad for every single one of those guys that those boys beat up. I was like, damn. Like, oh, you saw Black's face. Even Black was like,
I know. Oh, why that girl bite that girl boob like that? Lord have mercy.
That was a little too far.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
let me
show
say one
was.
thing about that series though. What I don't like is the whole producers getting involved heavily. That rubs me the wrong way completely. It's one thing for you guys to like exploit them and stuff, but like don't be in the confessionals talking about them and y'all talking about each other. It's just like it gives like it's real icky.
Yeah,
I don't
you're
like
right. Very unprofessional.
I don't like it. Somebody just rubs me the wrong way completely.
Yeah, they do be doing too much sometimes.
That's like Lemmy or like someone like Tamika from Zoo sitting up and like they're talking about how, ET did this or Scotty did this. It's like it's weird to me. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Yeah, and I like this. I'm saying true. I really used to like that, but yeah, he lost me on that series a little bit. He lost a couple. I think I'm saying his name right. He kind of lost me a couple cool points. But yeah, he was doing some flawed stuff. And I ain't like how he got up in Gunna face. Like
About
that. Ain't that her name Gunna?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little much. I
Oh,
understand.
we're walking up on Deja.
Yeah. I understand him saying so, but it's kind of like he overdid it a little bit because some people do. Because I didn't think she was gonna hit Deja, because some people do be passionate when they talk, and she was hyped. So I didn't.
I don't think she would have hit her either. I don't think she was gonna hit her either.
That's why I said that was a little much. He lost me right there.
Now, what'd you think of that Mean Girls episode?
Oh, my, and them gave me bully vibes. Yeah, they gave me
also,
bully vibes.
Reed looks like Jane Alexis.
Oh, talking about the sister. Yeah. Oh, now she pissed me out sitting up there wrapped in that coat while sister just get beat like that. Like, what is wrong with you, girl?
By the way, are they blood sisters? Y'all know I haven't been keeping up with that.
Yeah, I think that's what they said on the first episode. So we real sisters and real, you know how they be saying it. Yeah. So you mean tell me that your real sister get?
There was because I'm thinking they're like friends or something.
But I think that's the one, the duo that said, yeah, we sisters in real life. Because one said it.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken. And I think Vanilla need to sit down somewhere.
You said who need to sit down?
Vanilla.
Oh, you don't like Vanilla? Vanilla gives me perfect high pay.
I mean, it was like when she went. You remember when they were doing the burn book?
Mm-hmm.
And she was talking, so I got them pressed and all this. She didn't have to say all that.
Oh, like about the girls and stuff. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, especially she the one that if they put out the room, like what? They ain't pressed. They did what they wanted to do. So,
now, who should host the season next season though? Because it's the battle between Barbie
Why
and Big Crush on
Barbie, so
You don't
cute.
want
I
Big
love
Crush on her
Barbie.
back.
That's my baby. I love me some Barbie.
No
Big,
pressure back.
I do not like pressure. I do not like. I don't like. She's a bully. I,
Damn.
I, I, I couldn't stand her ever since she hit. What's that little itty bitty girl? The small one that was on South Central Baddies 4.
Oh, Lexi.
Yeah, what? She had to hit that little gal like that.
When she hit Lexi into a trust fall.
Yeah, and then gonna run from Billy. Like,
But
why
hey,
you
in
gonna
Pressure's
shoot?
defense, everybody ran from Billy.
I know, but shoot, she shouldn't have ran. Hey, her height, they call it because Billy ain't fat like this. She ain't that fat.
Right.
So I believe her pressure. That's a big tall girl. Cause I'm tall. See, I'm tall and I'm thin. And I weigh like 160. I know pressure gotta be pushing too with them big long titties.
Any final thoughts?
Oh yeah. Jocelyn, I love her. She made the show Baddest versus Wild. And that's all. And you keep doing your big one, Big P.
All right, night.
Night.
All right, what's up, Black as hell?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh my God, I'm so happy. Last
What's
time, every
up?
time we talk, you always are like on to the next caller because I'm always on mute.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start off with what I was saying with Gertie.
Yes.
When I commented that, I was like, dang, because you made me like really think about it because I was sitting there like, okay, shut up, move on, move on. When she was like complaining with the stuff with Larsa, but I just like really don't like Larsa, so I think I'm just like
Yeah,
don't
don't get
see.
me wrong. I see some of the stuff Larsa did this season for sure. Like telling about the diagnosis was kind of crazy because it's like she told you not to do it and you did what she said not to do after she confided in you. So it's like she was 100% wrong for that. But it's like after that whole thing, it's like Gertie kept going like this.
I know, and it was just like kind of like move on. But then I just like feel bad for Gertie, and she's a
Yeah,
black
oh yeah,
woman, so I'm like, oh, Gertie.
yeah.
Um,
Marcus was wrong for saying that. Like that was weird.
well, Larsa's also wrong with a lot of stuff, especially like with the thing with the Alexia when she like was like when Alexia said Scotty, and then she was like, well, Todd. It's like her and Todd is nothing compared to what you got with Scotty.
Right.
Like you're well off. You're good.
Also, I want to know what you think about it. To me, okay, out of all the women on the cast, I feel like the person who looks down on everybody the most is Alexia.
Alexia, yes.
I
And
don't care
then
what nobody
I'm
says. I
not,
don't think it's Gertie. I don't think
I
it's
am,
Lisa.
I'm
I don't
from
think it's nothing but
Michigan.
Alexia.
I'm from Michigan, and tell me if I'm wrong, but there's a thing about the whiter looking Cubans. I have a
Yes.
niece who's Cuban, and her dad is a black Cuban from Miami. There's a thing about the whiter looking Cubans. They think
Yes.
that way anyway. So, like, my sister was like, I don't like Alexia off rip. And I'm like, why? Why not?
He
And
looks
she's like,
down
no.
on you.
Yes, they just are like that. Yeah, no,
I
but
don't even think
still,
Larsa looks down on them as much as she does.
no, she doesn't. But Larsa still, she is
Delusional, Larsa.
a lot. Alexa is a lot. I mean, Larsa's a lot well off than what she like tries to portray.
Right.
Jocelyn, she was cringy on that stuff, but she did good. I think she did the best.
I'm bad versus Wild.
Yes, she was so funny. And then like Natalie trying to lie and say that the OnlyFans didn't happen. It's like, come on, we've all seen that. We've all seen it. But it was too much. I didn't understand the thing with Taseki. I was like, what's going on? But then I guess like I saw Armand said like she was talking to someone in the crowd because I'm like, who is she talking about?
Right.
It
That
was
was
it
one
was
of those people. I guess she was standing too close to her nigga.
yeah. And then
But I don't know why they cut that out. They could have blurred that girl's face out. So that
yeah,
would've
a
been
lot of
sense, but
things that they
whatever.
cut out. I don't know why they cut out. Even especially with like rolling on the ground and stuff. It was just a bit much. It was just everything was they were focusing on stuff that they shouldn't be at the time. It's like go over there, go over there. We don't want to see reactions. Last thing I wanted to get before you get Teresa.
Mhm.
I wanted to know how you felt about the Charlemagne and his apology and stuff like that about the big back thing.
I feel like he was just saying it to save face. I don't think he really cared to apologize. He did it because iHeartRadio told him to.
He gaslit. He was like, if you don't want your business out there, why would you? And it's like, what does her putting out her business have to do with you insulting physical? You know, I was
Right.
just like, it was horrible.
I think he did
Yeah.
it just because the higher ups at B said, "Hey, you gotta like shut the up."
Well, he should have just said sorry and left it at that. But all that other stuff he was
So
saying, it was
when you
just
say
like,
but or
yeah.
but, it's not a real apology.
And Jess, I was a really big fan of hers when she was doing like those small videos on Instagram, those like funny stuff. But I'm starting kind of not to like her on her being on Breakfast Club. I
You
don't
don't like
know.
just the hilarious?
Yes, she's well. Some of the stuff she's doing, I'm not like. I'm just kind of like about. But I was a huge fan of her. I mean, I still follow her. I still like her.
Okay.
But thank
I
you for
just feel
having
like
this live.
she's letting. I'm not saying the fame or anything gets her, but I feel like she's letting the role. I feel like she feels like she has to say certain things in order to
Yes.
talk value.
Yes.
If you get what I mean.
Exactly. No, exactly.
That's what I
No,
think is.
that is. But
Yeah. What do you think about the whole Draya situation? Do you
oh
feel?
yes, I have an opinion about that.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's weird. It's weird, everyone. It's weird. I'm gonna say that, but like, it's not like everyone like saying it's like it's disgusting. She's grooming. It's not all that serious. You know, there are boys, men out here that are like, I want it. I'm gonna put a baby in you, and they do that. We don't know the situation. Maybe it's that. And if someone like was like, and maybe she's like, hey, he has money, he has a promising future, I'll have his kid. We really don't know the situation. And everyone freaking out about it. They're two consenting adults. He is not a child, even though, yes, 21 is very young, very young.
Now, would you at age of 39, if 21-year-old put it down really nice, very nice gentleman, he said, "Hey, I want you to have my baby," would you have it?
No, because I don't want to have a baby at that age. But if I was I wouldn't say I wouldn't not mess with someone if I'm at that age
Right,
and I because when I was his age I messed with men older that are like way older. I
right.
did do that when I had a young age.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah, like I was looking at older. I was like, and I felt good about it. I would brag, like, yeah, I'm with this older man. So he's probably sitting there, like, I'm with this older woman,
Right, right, right. I got
like
real.
everyone's like she's grooming him, he's a victim, and it's like she's
I
a
don't think it's
grown
that
woman.
serious. I will say that.
Yeah, the
I wouldn't
child's
say
going to be
grooming.
fine, taken care of, like everything's going to be okay. Is it weird? Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of like, but this whole thing, like, oh my god, grooming and all this kind of stuff, it happens.
Any final thoughts?
No, just thank you for having this live. I'm still
All right.
listening.
Night.
Good night.
All right, Lexi, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Hey Pierre, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
First, let's start off piggybacking on the Dre situation. What do you feel about the pregnancy?
I think she's a dirty bleepity bleep hoe.
Oh, why?
I'm not gonna say that she was grooming him, but I mean that's like a almost 20-year age gap. Uh, that's disgusting. I don't care how much money he got. It's just weird. It's weird. Me and her are like the same age, and I could not imagine dating someone in their early 20s. Like, that's disgusting. And if I have a 17-year-old son,
Right.
so in a couple of years, if I seen some little old hoe trying to get on my son, I
Sorry.
would like,
I tried to stay a straight face.
yeah, we would be getting into it. I would be walking her like a dog. So
You
that's
don't
just
get away from
weird.
my son.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I
Yeah.
would I don't care if people say, "Oh, men do it all the time." Okay, and even with a man, I still feel like it's disgusting. Now, I don't think it's grooming, but it's disgusting. It shows your moral compass and your character. So yeah, better not no hoes come by my son.
I really am just curious to see what her own son thinks about it because I feel more of a soft spot for him more than anybody because it's like
Yeah, like
that's
that's
yeah,
embarrassing.
it's a little bit embarrassing. A
And your
lot,
mom is already known to be scandalous anyway, so it's like, oh, it just when's she gonna stop? You know?
right? It's like nonstop. Now, what do you feel about this whole Curtis situation? Do you think that you should just hit him with a gag order?
Yes, she definitely needs to hit him with a cease and desist. She should have gave him an NDA to begin with. And he's like these young guys now. All they want to do is run their mouth and tell everybody what they did. Like, if you wanted to for her to keep on tricking on you, you should have kept your damn mouth shut. You don't
Exactly.
even know how to like be a good sugar baby, you know?
Now you're not getting any more treats for the tricks.
Right. No more courtside tickets for you. No more Rolex. You're not getting a new bed.
Wait, what did
Right.
Natalie say to Scotty? She was just like, "Your love language is money."
Right. Yeah, like no more money for you. Like, no, he's stupid. He's absolutely stupid. He just ruined one of the best things for him because no one's gonna know anything about you without Natalie. Like, you're not gonna get on. Your music is probably trash. I didn't even know that he did music. Did you know he did music?
Yes, because of Natalie.
Oh,
No, seriously,
see?
because of Natalie. Natalie was like,
Exactly.
I remember Natalie did right by that boy for a period of time. No, I'm serious, so serious. I remember around that time frame when whatever they had going on, she used to like repost his music on her story. She even did a interview with No Jumper about how like he supports Zeus and said all these nice things about him. So it's like, damn,
Charity work.
like how did it go from that to this?
Yep, charity work. It's just insane.
So and then also when it comes to some of the Zeus shows, what did you think about them? The Bad versus Wild.
Bad versus Wild, it needs a lot of work. I love Jocelyn,
Hmm.
but their concept, they just need to get better production as far as getting the girls to be quiet and things like that, so they can actually get through it to make it fun. I just see it's gonna be a whole bunch of episodes with everybody yelling and screaming at each other and bitches fighting and wigs coming off, and that's all it's gonna be.
Right. Someone said, now I've never told anyone this, but Curtis auditioned to be extra for one of my off Broadway plays. But the role is what made it funny. He auditioned to be an extra slash fighter, like no main role. Ooh, I hate you guys so much.
He didn't even want to be the main character. See,
Hey, listen, everybody got to
he
start
is.
somewhere.
Look, but if he was already
I
on
just did
TV,
stand work the other
hey
day.
Jamora, was he already on TV beforehand?
Right,
Before the was
right.
this before after Bad Boys? If this was after Bad Boys, he should at least went for the main role.
Right. Clarify because you put that out there now. Was it before or after? And this is all alleged.
Right. This is important.
No, because you are right about that. Because if it's after, then it's like, but if it's before, hey.
Right, right.
Literally just did standing work, which I feel like is worse than background work. Because it's like, I felt like shit. I'm like, what the? That's a whole nother story. I'm going to do a story time on that. But yeah.
Oh.
No, not like I was entreated like shit. I just felt like, damn, like I want to do more. You know what I'm saying? Not like,
Oh, okay, I
no,
gotcha.
not like that, not like that, not like that. But also, what did you think of the Caribbean auditions? Did any of the girls stand out that you would want on this cast?
Just AD's baby mama
Well, they said it
and
was before. I'm sorry to interrupt. They said it was before.
oh, it was. Oh, okay, okay. Well, that's fine. Yeah,
Of the way.
she played in the background. Okay, that's fine. That's not too much on Curtis then.
Right.
Let's see. Only AD's baby mama. Um, there was no body that was really memorable. I
Mhm.
do like the girl that had on the same outfit as Big Biggie. I
Yeah.
think that was really cute. But other than that, nobody.
Okay. The first part to me, like the things with some of these auditions, I remember, especially some of the ones they had in the past. You always used to like have standout girls that you would 100% remember.
Oh
And
yeah.
with this, um,
There's nobody you really
it wasn't
remember.
a whole lot that I thought we were gonna see.
Now the girls that quit their job, it was like, where were you working at, babes? Like, were you at Jack in the Box or McDonald's or something to where you can just quit your job and for baddies and you're not gonna get picked because that's not even how it works. So you all in the car drunk, one of the girls and the other ones, "Ooh, if you quit your job, girl."
I feel like the girls that were in the background said we did. I feel like they were lying, but the girl who said she did quit her job, I feel like she actually did that. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Walmart will probably hire her back or Jack in a Box or whatever.
with the okay, oh, I forgot to ask what the other caller is this. With the did I marry? What do you think about this whole situation?
First of all, I've been watching with you because I've been off of work, okay? So, like you said, she's too goddamn long-winded. Okay.
Very.
Um, and your facial
All the
expressions
littlest detail,
kill
like
me.
this is what she does. She'll say like he lied about the type of sandwich that he was gonna make. She'll be like, well, the sandwich that he made, he cut it in half with dry wheat instead of wheat bread. And I'm like, that detail doesn't matter, but okay.
But I want you to remember this because, mind you, in part 12, I'm like, girl, don't nobody give a damn because nobody's going back to think about a sandwich that he cut the crust off in part 12 that you want us to remember about. And we're on part 25.
I had to speed it up towards that last video because I'm like, oh my god, like, my attention span is really short, so it's like, oh.
I'm literally only watching it because you're watching it, and that's what's like keeping me entertained.
Yeah. I sympathize with what she went through though, because niggas will lie. So it's like
I
I'm
do too,
happy.
but she was also stupid too. But she just, it was when hey, if a ninja came into my home and he started paying my bills and stuff, I'd be like, oh. But then after a while, like if we're going and looking at cars, and you're not gonna put me in no Altima. How dare you? How dare you take me to go look at Audis and
That was
Beamers
crazy.
and Benzes, and then you're gonna put me in an Altima?
That was crazy.
I would have slapped the hell out of him.
She wins the month of February for that story.
Oh yeah, she needs to definitely be on the bingo card.
He needs to be on the bingo card. She deserves it 100% because it was a lot with that. What killed me was him always trying to hide what was in those two accounts. My whole thing is if there was money in those two accounts, why didn't he want to show it?
Right,
I
because he was
just like
lying. A lot of the stuff she could have just cut off on her own. She should have just let him keep on paying the bills, and she could have stacked her chips, and she could have been good to go. But whatever. And
yeah.
he was ugly as hell, anyways. Like, what was you holding on to? The fuck?
When I seen him, I gagged. I said, "Ugh,
Me
this."
too. I said, "This is what was going on. This is who you married that just ruined everything." Girl, bye. I could see if he was looking like, looking like something. He's not even a 4.
Oh my god! What do you rate him a 2?
Yeah, too, because look at his head.
She did say he wore hats, so
I
that
know.
way.
That's why I don't trust niggas that wear hats and sunglasses. I need to see you with that hat off, and I need to see you with them sunglasses off.
Any final thoughts?
No, that's good. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to say
Mhm.
is I love my and I love Bila.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
Night.
all.
Y'all keep asking, but I'm in this hotel room. I'm telling y'all, it's for some. Bia knows why I'm here, okay? And I'm going back home tomorrow. So not too much talking about I'm doing not STV activities. The nerve of you bitches. Please, okay? If anything, I'll do that from home. Why do I have to go anywhere to do that? Y'all is funny, okay? Bia, I'm so Bia. I should have planned it to come. We should have planned it to plan to go together. That would have been fun, and then we could have vlogged it. Ah, I didn't even think about that. Okay. What's going on, Kimmy? Kimmy. All right, let's finish out the rest of this video, okay? Oh my God, thank you so much, Kalani, for the super chat. Thank you. Ooh, now I'm gonna be able to get another water bottle in this expensive ass state. I'm in Minnesota, y'all, okay? Fine. I am saving this life.
To put on everything's great. We're really happy. We're looking for a house and everything's going well, knowing full well that behind the scenes, I couldn't figure out why he wasn't showing proof of funds. They did not know. So I say that to say, I see the comments about how my aunt gave me horrible advice when I called her about the sexting on Facebook. And I want to clarify something. She did not tell me to stay with him. She did not tell me to leave him. That's not her place, and that's not what she would do. She simply was in shock that any of this had happened and did not know what to give me advice on. The one thing that she did say was, look, he's not your boyfriend, meaning it ain't as simple as, oh, we just gonna break up, pack your shit and go, because you married him. My aunt is the most ride or die chick I've ever met. You fuck with me, you fuck with her. And she is straight Jersey. That we were looking for a house. They knew that benefits that he would have. He it listed the it listed his brother in Philly and his wife. It listed Legion, and then it said his wife. I took the name from the obituary and I did a Metro Atlanta court search with that name. I found a divorce record. I found a divorce record with Legion and the same woman's name that was in the obituary. In that divorce record, it looks like he's the one that filed for divorce. This would have been around 2016. This was after the mother's death. He filed for divorce. She was the respondent. I think that's the correct terminology. Both had a temporary protection order against each other. He had one against her. She had one against
By
him.
the way, this whole story time is very traumatizing. If y'all don't know, because any nigga that we meet after hearing all of this, I'm automatically think you lying about everything. Like, this isn't good actually for some of us, because I'm already a paranoid person. So this is hypering up my paranoia to the 15th degree. So I'm gonna really think you on BS. Because I'm gonna think, oh, remember she said, and then this happened. I'm just saying.
Him. The divorce ended up getting granted, finalized. Then it looks like he went on his way. In the course of the search for her name, I discovered that at one point in time, the two of them had lived in Rhode Island. So that's the connection with Rhode Island, because for the longest time I could not figure out who lived in Rhode Island. That's where that came from. The two of them, he and this woman, lived in Rhode Island several years prior, or a few years prior. I could not find the obituary for his dad. I searched and I searched. I could not find the obituary for his father. For whatever reason, I knew his grandmother's name. I just randomly decided to do a Google search of the grandmother's name. Initially, nothing came up because I was looking for the grandmother's name in Philly. Nothing came up. I looked for the grandmother's name down here in Georgia. Found a record, but it wasn't quite clear. What was clear was that she had died several years prior. So what I found was a different website where it was like a legacy.com type thing. So I believe legacy.com holds old obituaries. Did a search for her name, found a match. That is when I discovered that she actually had passed away in July of 2008. Read the read the caption of the obituary and verified that in fact it was his grandmother. Because at the bottom of it, again, obituaries tell you a lot. It names um, who she leaves to cherish her memory. So it lists all the different family members. It lists the brother in Philly. It lists Legion, no spouse, and then a brother in Nashville. Once again, it did not list the two sisters, Shantae and Kim. So I'm even more like, okay, clearly, um, something is up when it comes to Shantae and Kim. But what I do know is that he has um, talked to them multiple times in front of me. So I'm not sure what I'm missing. Maybe some family feud happened. I honestly, I don't know. So that is how I discovered that when he told me the grandmother died from COVID and he was crying, boo-hooing, and all that shit, she actually had died in July of 2008. I found this out the same time that I found out about allegedly, and I say allegedly because I'll explain, allegedly the first wife, or at least what I think is the first wife. So while all this is going on, Legion is almost bedridden from what happened with his knee. And I need to take a moment to address this issue with the knee. Again, the story started, he hit his knee. Then it turned into it was an old football injury. And this has happened before. He's going to the doctor. The doctor's telling him to ice it and to elevate it. He eventually moves into the guest bedroom to be more comfortable. I'm going to make this statement. This is probably the only time I will make this statement. He was not lying about the injury that he had. I don't know where the injury came from, but what I do know was he was not lying in the fact that
Let me know if I spit it up too quick, because I could drop it down to 1.25. You know, my sister girl's long winded. I love your girl, but yeah, goddamn. So let me know if it's too quick, because I might drop it to 1.25.
he was in pain. You could clearly see that he was in pain, and the pain was becoming debilitating. Please understand what I'm saying. The pain was debilitating enough to where he was taking my pain meds from when I had the miscarriage. And then also, it was hard for him to walk. He was not eating. So, this is what made me believe this, whatever was going on with the knee, there was more to it because he was not eating. When I met this man, he was a size 3X. At this point in time in May, he's down to a 2X. He is not exercising. He is not doing anything mobile. He's simply not eating. So, there definitely was something going on, something concerning. Honestly, I thought it might have been cancer. But he kept saying, no, it's not that. It's from a football injury. It's from a football injury. I said to him, the next time you have a doctor's appointment, I want to go. It was that bad. Um, and he kept making excuses like, okay, fine, I'll make the appointment. I'll let you know what it is. Cool, I will take off work. I want to be at that doctor's appointment because whatever is going on with you is serious to the point where you are losing weight rapidly within a 2-week span. So now we can go ahead and enter into June. When we enter into June, I have verified, read the divorce documents for not one wife, but two wives. I have called San Diego State, verified they have no record of him. He claims he was a private citizen. I don't believe that. They're saying there's no record of him. I have pulled his back.
You're a connoisseur. I should block you, bitch. Y'all is disrespectful. I ain't gonna show your comment on the screen. But for my replay watchers, read the live chat. I can't.
Background, it is showing that you've lived in Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Georgia. When I look at the addresses, it is tied to at least two women, both of whom I'm showing divorce records on file that you had. I've also verified that your grandmother actually died in 2008 and not in 2020 from COVID. I know all of this as I'm going into June. His birthday is June 17th. So all I've been doing is just trying to figure out what is it I'm going to do. I spoke to the pastor and his wife. I believe it was actually the pastor I spoke to because I knew the pastor previously before he did our marriage counseling. And I told him what I found. Mind blown. Mind blown. Had no idea. He knew something was up. He knew that Legion was not really trying to make this marriage work. He had no idea all this was going on. So he asked me, "Are you wanting to stay or do you want to end the marriage?" I said, "Oh, absolutely, I'm ending it. Oh, hell yeah, I'm ending it. I have to. I have to end it. Um, I have no idea who that man is in my guest bedroom.
There's a stranger in my house. How that song go?
Not to mention, on top of all of this, he had lied about the death of the ex-wife's daughter." Part 32. Part 32. Who the fuck did I marry? All right. So we're now in June. By this point in June, I have been offered the new job, accepted it, put in my 2-week notice at my previous job, and was going to be starting the new job later on in the month. So when he laughed, where I told him I wanted to get a new job, that laughter fueled me to get a new job. So here's what happened the beginning of June. He's at this point, he's completely bedridden. When I say completely bedridden, what I mean is, I'm trying to clarify this so it makes sense. From what I see, he is going to work, but he's calling out a lot more. Okay. So he had already left the condiment company and was working for Apple. So he's calling out quite a bit because the pain is pretty bad. So he's hardly eating at this point, hardly. For example, if I were to say, "Oh, I ordered a 10-piece wings," he's eating 2. And that's it. That's all I would see him eat. I was going to work and coming home. The house was in
Well,
the
thank God.
exact same place that it was when I left. Nothing in the kitchen had been moved. Nothing in the refrigerator had been moved, which led me to believe that he had not left the bed from the time I left to go to work until the time I came home. At this point in time, he's drinking Powerades like it's water. I mean, I'm buying cases of Powerades. And that seemed to be the only thing that he was taking in. So if he was a 3X when I met him, he's probably at a 1X, maybe a 2X, depending on the clothes. He's lost a lot of weight because he's not eating. So that's the reason why I say he wasn't faking whatever was going on. I think the issue with his knee was a symptom. That was not some football injury. That was not, oh, I hit it at work. It wasn't that. Something else was going on. I had kept asking him to, let me know when you have a doctor's appointment. I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with you. And he just kept saying the doctor. So he's calling the doctor, and the doctor told him to just keep icing the knee. But I knew better. What was happening was I didn't care because of all the stuff I was finding out. So beginning of June, he is in the bed, sleep, and I get his phone. I ain't gonna lie. I got his phone. He had a work phone and he had a personal phone. It was the work phone that he had from the condiment company that apparently was never turned in. Follow me. It'll all come out. So he still had the work phone. It was deactivated. But he did not wipe the phone, if y'all know what I mean. Take all the data off. He did not do that. So I look through the phone and I see this would have been text messages. Text messages between him and a woman named Peaches. I go back to the beginning of the text messages. This is
Sorry. Wait a minute. Who is Peaches? You know what's crazy about this story? It's like the more it goes on, the more random it gets. Like it's like shit just comes out the. It's like a jack in a box. Like it just comes out the blue, out of nowhere. It is crazy to me. Like it's always random. Okay.
This is on the work phone. This is the beginning of June of 2021. I go back to the text messages the beginning of the text messages between him and Peaches. Yes, that was her name, Peaches. I'm reading the thread because he's knocked out sleep. So I'm in the bathroom with the door locked, reading the thread. And what I can tell is that he met Peaches on POF. If you don't know what POF is, it is Plenty of Fish, a dating website. He met Peaches. I saw the messages in June, so he met Peaches around February. Met Peaches from POF. And apparently Peaches was, there's no nice way to say it. Apparently Peaches was a prostitute. So the reason why I say that is because in the text messages, she's listing the prices.
Wait a minute, bro. Why is she like this? Why is she like this? Nobody told me the story's gonna get like this. So he was out here buying punani with a whole wife and with a name like Peaches. What did you expect? The bitch ain't selling rice cakes. She's selling pussy. Oh man.
So he asked for a hand job. This is in the text messages. She told him it would be like $40. He asked how much would it be for oral. She said it would be 60. Because it was 60 and 80. One was the price with a condom, one was the price without one. So no messages after that. She sent a picture, he sent a picture. No messages after that. So in other words, these messages were not back to back every single day. There's breaks in between the messages. So like a message was in March, the next message is in April. Message in April, next message is like 2 weeks later. So he's asking her the prices. Next message I see would have been from a few weeks prior to the date of this. So this was the beginning of June. The message is from sometime beginning of May,
What
where
you
he is
saw, baby boy, $40. That is crazy. The fact that he was doing that, though, in all seriousness, that's very disgusting. Because especially if he was doing it unprotected, he's putting her at risk for catching anything. So that's disgusting in itself. So that's already terms enough for her to leave that nigga. Like, god damn, this man, not only you lied, you put her life and stuff at risk. You nasty nigga.
is thanking her and says to her, you know, thank you so much. That was really great. I hope I can see you again. Then there's messages where she said, hey, basically she was at a new spot. She must have moved. So he said, okay, I'm gonna come through. I'm gonna come see you. He's asking her to confirm the address. He was like, is it the house with the brown trash can with a white car in the front? She says, yes. So I'm thinking he was actually in front of the house when he's texting these messages. Then again, he does whatever he does. And he sends her a message a few hours later saying, thank you. That was great. I'm reading all this. And I will tell you guys something that you may or may not understand. Some women may or may not understand it. The cheating didn't even faze me. Didn't even faze me. I didn't cry. I didn't I did not feel like, what did I do wrong? I was relieved. The reason why I was relieved is because up until this point, I kind of struggled a little bit on whether or not, God, you know, I know, Lord, you hate divorce, but I can't stay with a guy that lies. So when I saw the cheating stuff, I was like, oh shoot, thank you, Jesus. Okay. Because I know my Father in heaven's gonna forget the fact that I'm divorcing for infidelity. Go ahead. It's fine. Jesus will forgive
Okay,
me.
that makes sense.
So I was relieved, to be honest.
And you didn't have to give him no pussy, so it's a win-win.
You like, oh, okay. I got grounds now, bitch. That's how I felt. So saw the messages, forwarded the messages to my phone. Or excuse me, I had to take my phone because the phone was deactivated. So I kind of had to do a little ghetto, hold the phone up, take my phone, and take pictures of what I see on the phone, so that I would have proof on my phone. Then I put the phone back and continued on. Now, in the next part is the day that he gets kicked out. And I will tell y'all what happened. Part 33, who the fuck did I marry? June 17th, 2021. So you guys have been on this ride. You now know exactly what information I did have. The morning of June 17th, which was his birthday, he was in the bed as usual, Powerade bottles all over the place because I wasn't in the mood to clean. And so I went in his room. He was awake. He was watching YouTube on his cell phone. He watched a lot of YouTube, watching these two guys that always were fixing Jeeps on YouTube. And if I saw them, I would know exactly who they are, but I can't remember their name. It's a popular show on YouTube. Anyway, so I go in there and I just calmly sit on the edge of the bed and I was like, can we talk? And he was like, yeah, what's up? I said to him, I said, Legion, obviously I called him his name, Legion. I said, I'm gonna ask you something. I just want you to be honest with me. So he starts, I can already see in his eyes, he's about to get defensive. And I was like, calm, because this is the tone I had. Calm. I said, you never went to San Diego State, did you? He rolls his eyes and he's like, I said, calm down. Watch your tone. I said, you never went to San Diego State. I said, you never lived in California, did you? And he said, of course I lived in California. He's like, I fucking showed you the house I had in California. He said, I told you about San Diego State. I was a private citizen. My dad paid for me to be a private citizen. And I said, okay. I said, I called San Diego State. And he looked at me. His eyes were like empty. Like he wasn't shocked. He wasn't like, oh my God. He was just more like, okay. I said, they have no record of you. I said, they have no record because you never went. You never been to California. So at this point, I'm very calm and I'm just stating, I said, you never been to California. I said, I bet you've only lived in Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island. At this point, now there's a little emotion behind the eyes. And I said, I don't think that this is going to work. And he said, what, the marriage? He was like, so what you saying? You don't want to be married to me anymore? And I said, I don't want to be married to you anymore. I said, we need to go our separate ways. We tried, but we need to go our separate ways. The way that I am talking to you all is exactly how I was talking to him. And so he was like, that's not what marriage is. Marriage is, you have to fight for what you want. I said, I don't want this. And I don't want to fight for it. I said, I don't want you and I don't want this.
Ooh.
And so he was like, I'm not giving up on the two of us. I said, you don't have a choice. I said, I think that you should call your brother or your sister now. And I think that you need to pack a bag.
Oh,
And I think you need to get the fuck out my house.
oh.
And he was like, I don't really have time for this. I don't feel well. I said, I don't care. You need to get out of my house.
This is why I said in that last video, we better pray to the gods and not the baddie gods, Natalie, that this didn't end up in the episode of Snap, because it really could have ended up in the episode of Snap, because you don't know who this man really is, really. He's lying about every single freaking thing. Who knows what he might have done and reacted after she said something like that to him. That's why I could laugh about this whole series, because it didn't end up in a murder. You know what I'm saying?
Again, the way I know y'all are going to be like, she's so dramatic. And in real, I am actually a very dramatic person. But the way that I'm talking to you guys on this video is exactly how I was talking to him in the beginning of how this started. So I said, you need to call your brother or call your sister, because she's in Douglasville, and you need to go stay there. You need to get out this house today. Basically what happened was, at first he refused. He wasn't moving fast enough for me. And so he called his aunt, and his aunt was on speakerphone. Let me preface that. She was on speakerphone. And so she was like, what's going on? And he was like, my wife don't want me no more. She claimed that I'd be lying to her. I ain't never lied to her. When I heard this, what's the analogy I can give y'all? When I heard him say to his aunt, I ain't never lied to her before, something in me snapped. The best analogy I can give you, do y'all remember that movie Carrie, when she was at the prom and everyone was laughing at her? The blood had fallen down on her, and there was a moment where her eyes just
Violin.
went wild, and you knew something was about to happen. You just didn't know what, but y'all had pushed her too far. When he said to his aunt, I ain't never lied to her, I snapped. The calmness left. The amount of rage that was in me. I could have fought every member of the Kansas City Chiefs and beat every last one of their asses. I could have fought every member on the Atlanta Falcons and beat every last one of their asses. I'm not a violent person, but I was there. That statement, I ain't never lied to her, took me there. I went off. I went off. I went off so bad that first of all, every part of me was shaking. I called my mom. My mom was on speakerphone, and she's in Arkansas. My mom's a praying woman. I was cussing like a sailor. My mom finally said, put him on the phone. So I gave him the phone, and I'm standing there and I'm looking around the room. It's the scene that I remember is the Angela Bassett scene in Waiting to Exhale, when her eyes are darting around the room right before she grabs everything to put it in the car to set it on fire. I was more so looking at what weapons were in the room: the lamp, the TV, the dresser. I was looking. While she was talking to him, my eyes were darting around the room, because if he did not get his ass up and get his shit and get up out of my house, it was going to be bad. If I have never in my life been on TikTok and said thank you, had it not been for the blood, y'all, I know this is gonna sound dramatic. I know this is gonna sound like, girl, you so funny. You don't understand. Had it not been for the Lord on my side, had it not been for the fact that I know I got a praying mother, I know I had a praying aunt, I know I've had a praying grandmother in heaven, because I'm telling you, I clearly saw what was getting ready to happen had he not gotten up, got his shit, and got out of my house. So I'm trying to calmly say this, because I'm trying to calmly tell this story, because the rage had taken over me. The pure, unadulterated rage that I felt when he said to his aunt, I ain't never lied to her, after I had discovered only 2% of the lies at that point. Just 2%. So it was enough for me to be like, you need to get your stuff and go. So my mother gets on the phone and she says to him, Legion, she called him by name. She said, I am not there to control my daughter. She said, in the name of Jesus, get your stuff and get out that house because I think she might kill you. Get out of the house. She's on my phone. His aunt is on his phone. His aunt said, nephew, come home. Home for her was Philly. She said, I'll send you money. Come home. Leave that house right now. She said, because I think that woman is about to kill you. Let's go. Let's just go to part 34. Let's all just take a deep breath. Part 34. Who the fuck did I marry? So the aunt told him, I'll send you money. Come home. I'm yelling in the background, by the way. I'm not standing there calmly. I'm yelling. I said, oh, he got money. Yeah, you got money. You got money in that offshore account, right? You got money in that Chase account. You got money to drive. So do what you got to do. I told him, and I'm not going to repeat some of the stuff I said because my mom might see this TikTok, but I did tell him, I was like, if you don't get out of this house.
Now the whole world has seen the TikTok now. It's crazy. She didn't think it was going to go viral and it went viral. That's crazy.
Actually, what I said was, you have two options. You either going to leave this house voluntarily or you're going to leave this house involuntarily. And he tried to get a little nuck if you buck. He tried. And that's when because he was still on the bed, still laying in the bed. And he was just like, you ain't gonna do shit. Like, don't talk to me like you done lost your fucking mind. Da, da, da. And I calmly got close to him. I got like this close. And I literally said, I will beat you like the bitch you are. I dare you to try me. I said, I will literally beat you like the male bitch you are. And so when I said that, his eyes were like, I said, I'm not even playing. Because at this point, I'm rocking like back and forth. Y'all, again, I'm not some hardened tight chick. I'm not. I want the soft lifestyle, but I have been pushed to the point. So I'm rocking, I'm walking back, I'm pacing. So finally, his aunt was able to get through to him. I had called my mother,
all she could see in her mind was that BMX, that B, that BMX, that car that she wanted, the X5 with the cognac interior. Okay, that's all was going through her mind because that's what she wanted: the BMW X5 cognac interior. Her envisioning her driving it, and all the lies he told. That's why she snapped.
aunt. I had called the pastor. I had called all these people because I did know that I was in a very dangerous place. Not because I'm scared of him. At this point, I was scared of me. I don't know if this has ever happened to someone where you know your own, you know yourself. You know that you got a line. I was over that line. So I had enough wherewithal to be like, okay, you probably gonna go to jail today. You probably gonna go to jail. You probably gonna have that job in the morning. Like I was there. And again, this is not to sound bragging at all. This was a woman who I could not believe that even with the attempt of me trying to give him one last opportunity to tell me the truth, he still lied in my face. I was at my edge. So I yanked the covers back, and I told him, I was like, get up, get the fuck out of my house. Again, I'm saying it calmly on here. It was nothing calm in the house when this happened. So I'm throwing stuff up against the wall. I remember I looked at the lamp. He looked at me looking at the lamp, and I think something in him realized, okay, yeah, I'm in pain, but if I don't get up, she's going to do something with that lamp. So he does get up. He is still on the phone with the aunt because the aunt was pretty much like, keep me on the phone. She did not want him to hang up. He throws some stuff together. Again, keep in mind, he has all his stuff in the house. So he basically packed like 2 bags worth of clothes. And he's limping around, and I'm standing in the hallway watching him like a probation officer. So he's limping around, and I'm looking at the condition of the bedroom. This is when I noticed Legion had been semi-bedridden. Remember, I told y'all that because the knee and other stuff. I look at these bottles of Powerade because he had been drinking Powerade so much at this point. He was not getting up to go to the bathroom. He was drinking the Powerade and then using the empty bottles to pee in. So there was about 6 bottles around that. And I was like, what is this? Because again, I hadn't really been going in that room. I was busy being CIA, FBI, and Homeland Security for the past 2 weeks. So I was like, what is this? He was like, I'm gonna throw it out. He grabbed the trash bag, put the bottles in there. And I said, what are in those bottles? I said, tell me. And I think I started like twitching. Like, tell me. That is not piss in those bottles. He was like, I couldn't make it to the bathroom. I was in too much pain. So at this point, I'm even more like, yeah.
That's piss. I'm sorry. That ain't tea, bitch. That's piss. That's where that line actually is true. You a nasty nigga. Oh my God. No wonder she snapped. You come into that room, you smell nothing but piss and a broke nigga. Oh my God.
Yeah, get the fuck out. Get out. Get out of my house. So I helped him while he was packing his bags. I went downstairs. I took the house key off of his keys. I went back upstairs. He had his 2 bags. I grabbed the 2 bags. Yes, I did. I grabbed the 2 bags. I had opened up the garage. I had already popped the trunk for his car and threw the bags in the car. I did that because I was like, "You getting out of this house? You getting out of this house today? You can't come back. You can't come back ever." So it took him about 2 hours from the time of "I will beat you like the bitch you are" for him to actually leave the house. Again, I'm calm telling y'all this story. It was not calm in the house. So he eventually puts on some sweatpants. Now I can really see how much weight he's lost. But he puts on some sweatpants. He puts on a shirt. He's limping down. He's like, "You really gonna kick me out on my birthday?"
Oh.
I just looked at him. I just looked at him. Opened the door. He went through the garage, got into his car, called. His aunt was still on the phone, and she was like, "I'm gonna send you some money." And that's the part I was like, clearly he has the money. Like, you ain't got to send him money. He doesn't even have to go to Philly. He can just go get a hotel for now. I don't care what he does. He's just got to leave his house. So he ends up getting in the car, driving off. My mom calls and she's just like, "Is he still there?" I said no. I had not told her what all he had lied about. Even in the midst of me being angry and me going off, I never told him that I spoke to the ex-wife. I never told him I knew he was lying about the stepdaughter, because then he would have asked how, what makes you say that? So I did keep my word. I never told him I spoke to her. So he eventually left. I text a friend of mine. I texted my landlord. I said, "I have an emergency. I need to know if it is okay to get the locks changed." Landlord was like, "That's fine." My landlord was super cool. Shout out to Mr. Patel. I went to Home Depot, bought brand new locks. Text a friend of mine, asked him, "When you get off work, can you please come by my house? I need the locks changed today." So he was like, "Oh, okay, what's going on?" I said, "I'll explain it later." So to give you a timeline of June 17th, when I asked him about San Diego State and I told him that I know you've never even been to California, that was about 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. By the time he left the house, it was maybe going on noon, 1 o'clock. So this happened pretty quickly. Um, if you're wondering, why did you even ask him? I already knew that I wanted out. I knew that. But for some reason, a part of me was like, let's just see if he'll be honest just one last time. And he wasn't. And it sent me into a rage. And then he lied to his aunt saying, "I ain't never lied to her." And that sent me over the edge. So by 1 o'clock, by 1:30, he was gone. By 2:30, I had done a pretty good job of cleaning up the bedroom. He had thrown away the Powerade bottles. So I didn't have to touch those. I stripped the sheets. Anything that he touched in that bedroom, I stripped the sheets, threw them in the trash bag, threw them out in the trash can. And so most of this was adrenaline. Adrenaline was pushed because I hate packing. I hate doing all that stuff. I went on Amazon. I ordered oversized large tote bags because I was packing up all his shit. Part 35. Who the fuck did I marry? So I packed up all his stuff. Okay. The reason why I packed up all his stuff is because I had a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath townhome. One room was the guest room. Obviously, there was a master bedroom. And then we had a TV room that he had made like his Philadelphia Eagles man cave. I was going to put everything that belonged to him, pack it up, and put it in the TV room, because the plan should have been that he's going to come back and get all his stuff. Okay. So that's why I did it. And honestly, it just felt good to pack up his stuff and go through it freely, because when he packed in a hurry, he left obviously really important things. He left all his Invicta watches. He left all his WWE championship belts. If you know anything about WWE championship belts, you know those things are expensive. He left all his Jordans. He left suits. He left Cole Haan shoes. He left all that because it was such a hurry for him to leave. So all that was still in my house. So around 2:30, I think I wasn't even at a place where I could start crying. I was just too angry, still shaking, packing everything up. One of the things that he left is a photo album with all the pictures of his mom and dad and his siblings growing up. Now, I had the thought of I was going to have a burn party and I was going to put it on Facebook Live. I was going to burn it with my friends and drink and dance and play music. But it's his deceased
A
parents.
seance, as you may say.
I do have a heart. So I put that somewhere special, meaning I put it up in the closet. He had told me that he was going to come back and get his stuff. And so I just did not. I didn't throw anything out unless it was like something I knew was trash. Other than that, I put everything up and kept it, in the TV room. So that's June 17th. Also on June 17th, I had already ordered his birthday cake. I had ordered the birthday cake like the end of May because it was like a special birthday cake. So I also had to go get the birthday cake from the bakery in East Point. And I took it to my family's house and we ate it. Yes, I had left the house, went to my family's house, filled them in, my aunt, my little cousin, and my grandfather.
It's funny. Not you had a piece of the cake and he didn't get that.
Because my mom was in Arkansas. So went over to their house, filled them in on what was going on. They could not believe it. Although my grandfather then told me, he said, he didn't look like he was a football player. He was like, I didn't want to say nothing, but he didn't look like he was a football player. Gotta love grandparents. So we ate his birthday cake, went back home. The friend that I had called came, changed all the locks, I changed the security codes. Effectively, he would not have been able to get in that house. So that is what happened on June 17th. So now we can fast forward. He would text me and he would call me that he got to Philly. Apparently he left Georgia and immediately went to Philly. So he immediately went to Philly, and he did text me and said that he made it to Philly and he was staying at his aunt's house. I know that this is a short part. That's okay, because what we're doing now is I went through how we met. I went through how we dated. I went through how we got married. Now I'm taking you all to June 17th. The week after June 17th, he's in Philly. He still would call me. He still would text me. The conversations we were having the week after June 17th, so this would be June 18th up to the 24th. The conversations we were having had to do with divorce. So who's going to file? And he was like, well, I don't want a divorce. I'm going to fight you on it. Are you? Really? Are you going to fight me on the divorce? I didn't know anything about filing for divorce. But I refused to stay in a place of ignorance. So I went online. There's a website that you can go to where you pay like a $200, $239 fee, and you fill out basic information and you choose your state. You choose your state, and they will not process, but they will make all your documents. All you gotta do is print it out and take it to the court. And it is step-by-step directions. We didn't have any property with each other. We didn't have any kids with each other. So by the state of Georgia standards, this should be an uncontested divorce. So the conversation that last week, the week of June 18th to the 24th, was about divorce. What stuff do you want to keep? Well, I'm gonna come and get all my stuff. I just don't understand why you couldn't talk to me about it. I said, there's no room for talking because you've been lying to me since day one. But even still, keep in mind, as of June 17th, June 18th, June 19th, I did not know what I know now. So the lies were really only like 5% of the whole story. So June 24th or 25th is when I had printed my documents. And I'm laughing because at this point in time, I've read y'all's comments about how that man will print out stuff. I know. But I used the website, typed all my stuff in, got my documents, and then I went. I took a day off from the job because I was getting ready to transition into the new job. So I left work early, went to the courthouse, and filed for divorce. I filed. I paid. And then I already had the documents where he would have needed to sign so that it could then be entered into for a divorce settlement agreement. So going into part 36 or 35, I know there's so many parts. Going into the next part is where I can tell you guys what happened with him, because he drove to Philly and he was in Philly for about a week, maybe 3 to 4 days. Then I get a message on Facebook Messenger from a woman claiming to be his cousin. Lord Jesus. So the cousin tells me, actually, I can tell y'all. So the cousin tells me that he's there. He's telling the family that I kicked him out. He's telling the family that I kicked him out after he walked in on me having an affair, that I stole his money, and I then kicked him out. And the man I was having an affair with, he said, was a law enforcement officer who used his duty weapon to threaten him to get out the house. This is what he told his family. And the cousin was reaching out to me. She found me through a search on Facebook and was reaching out to me because she's like, we know he lies. So I'm just trying to figure out is this true? Because he's up here asking us for money, asking to stay on our couches. Like, what's going on? Then she explained to me, we didn't even know he got married. So this is the first time we're hearing about you. What do you mean you didn't know he got married? He talks to his brother every day. She said, who told you that? I said, I've heard him talk to his brother every day. All his brothers. She said, all his brothers. How many brothers do you think he has? I said, he has 4 brothers.
This is why I got trust issues. This is crazy. What the fuck? Oh my God. This is why this went viral. Oh my god. Please don't say this man was talking to himself. Because that's another level of crazy. You need mental help with that. If you're just on the phone, like, please don't say that.
I named them. She said he has two brothers. She said he has the twin and he has the older brother. I said twin. Who is the twin? Welcome to the next part where we discover the real family tree. Part 36. Who the fuck did I marry? The family tree.
This is gonna be the last part because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. So yeah, almost missed my flight because of this hoe. No, not like that, but like that.
Please fasten your seatbelts and put the tray tables in the upright position. Let's go. All right. The cousin, I'm not going to name her. The cousin had reached out to me on Facebook, asked me to please give her a call. So this conversation was on the phone. Yes, I was actually speaking to her. She informs me again about the whole he's up there. He's telling everyone that he walked in on me cheating on him. It was with a law enforcement officer, and that the law enforcement officer used his duty weapon to threaten him to get him out of the house. The reason why I'm particularly mentioning the fact that he said it was law enforcement is because he was trying to get a family member, like one of his cousins, to call the agency of the law enforcement officer and file a complaint, which in hopes would then start an internal affairs investigation. Yeah. So female cousin's on the phone with me. She's telling me everything that he is telling them. She's like, look, we know he a liar. We don't fuck with him. He's been a liar since a kid, but he's also family. She said, we didn't know at all who you are. So I thought that was interesting because I was like, you didn't know who I was, but his brother knew who I was. And so again, that's when I said to her that I was like, he's talked to his brother every day. So like, why wouldn't the brother tell y'all that he had gotten married? And so she said, what brother?
And so lying is a form of like a disorder. Because if you lie about certain stuff that you don't have to, like something's wrong with you. Because it's like that's like me being like, oh, I have $1 million in my bank account. Like, why would you just say that if it's not true? For what reason? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it's some sort of disorder. If you are like a habitual liar, like that, you have a disorder. Like something wrong with you.
So I told her the brother's name, and she said, he told you that? I said he was having the phone calls in front of me. So at this point, what the cousin said was, she was like, okay, I'm gonna confirm that with him. She was like, he lives up the street, so I'm gonna just confirm that with him. She was like, because I'm pretty sure that they have been beefing for a while. I was like, I can only tell you what I saw, what I heard. That's all I can say. So then when she asked me about, well, how many brothers do you think he has? And I said he has 4 brothers. Again, I listed all of them. This woman was like, he has 2 brothers. She said he has the twin, and he has the older brother, the one that he was on the phone with every morning. Blah 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 blah. I said twin. Who's the twin? So this
twin. Where have you been? You've been you would have been better off getting with the twin instead of that big headed fuck nigga. You should have ran into the twin before him. Hopefully, he wouldn't have been a liar.
This is where she explained to me. She said the parents, mom and dad, had the older brother. The older brother is about 5 or 6 years older than Legion. Legion and the younger brother, who lives in Nashville, they are twins. So when he kept saying the younger brother, my younger brother by 2 years, it's his older brother by 20 minutes. They are twins. I have seen a picture of this brother. Yes, they do very much look alike, but I didn't know they were twins. It doesn't even matter. I didn't know they were twins. But definitely they had the same mom and dad. So she was like, no, that he's older than Legion by 20 minutes. They're twins. She said, so the parents had 3 boys, brother in Philly, the older brother, and the twins. She was like, who the hell are these sisters that you're talking about? So I tell her, I was like, Shantae and Kim. She said, I don't know who Shantae is. She said, Kim is my daughter. Kim is not his sister. Kim is my daughter. And she said, that's his cousin. She was like, and they haven't spoken in about 20 years. So no, that's not his sister. He does not have any sisters. And I said, well, then what about the other 2 brothers? She was like, what other 2 brothers? I said, the brothers from his dad. She was like, you mean to tell me this man is going around telling people, I know somebody's going to quote Nicki Minaj, and I know your dead mama, but try not to. She said, you mean to tell me this man is walking?
She's a barb. Nikki, put the bitch on tour. Have her do storytelling before you come out on stage and perform.
Around lying on his dad, saying that his dad had kids outside of his mom. And I kind of stuttered, like, yeah. She was like, he does not. She said, I have no idea who those 2 men are. She said, those are not his brothers. But if y'all remember, I've met those two. And he introduced them as, man, this my brother John, this my brother Matt, type thing. And so they both were like, oh, my sister, it's good to meet you. It's good to meet you. Remember that, because obviously I do eventually talk to those two men again. So she says to me, the family tree is mom and dad, the three sons. She was like, there are no sisters. She said, I don't have a clue who Shantae is. She said, Kim is my daughter, so that's just their cousin. But again, they ain't spoken in 20 years. I said, okay. And then there was the grandmother. She said, yeah. She named the grandmother. She was like, yeah, she died in like 2008. I said, yeah, he told me that she died in 2020. And that, all of you were coming down for the memorial service. And she's just like, she died in 2008. I said, then there was the uncle who also died from COVID. She was like, which uncle is that? I told her the name. She said, he's been dead since like, 2010. I said, okay. What about the cousin nicknamed Junebug? Everybody got a cousin. If you're not African American, we all know a Junebug somewhere. And she just was like, oh yeah, cousin Junebug. She was like, man, that's crazy what happened to him. And I was like, what do you mean what happened to him? Because I know he has talked to his cousin Junebug on the phone like a few months prior. He was like, and so she said to me, she said, yeah, he had passed away in like 2016. So this is now 3 people that she's naming that I recall him having either a story about or a phone call with, and she's telling me that they are all passed away. So this is when the conversation kind of changes, and she's like, you know what? She said, let me speak to the older brother, because he probably wants to talk to you. She was like, you probably should talk to him, and a lot of your questions will get answered. She was like, this dude's been lying ever since he was a kid. She was like, she said, literally, we don't fuck with him. I remember her saying that verbatim. She was so adamant. She was like, and when he showed up here out the blue, talking about how his wife cheated on him with a law enforcement officer, and how the guy took his gun out and threatened him to leave the house. She was like, we knew something was up. She was like, that's why I had to find out who you were and reach out to you and find out the truth. I said, there was no other guy. There was no law enforcement officer. And she was like, yeah, because he was telling us where the dude worked and how we should go ahead and help him file a complaint so that this dude could lose his job.
And he's such a bad liar because the aunt was on the phone. So she could even, if she's not a liar herself, she could verify there was no nigga in the house because she was on speaker the whole time she was kicking him out the house. So you would have heard a dude threatening him too. This is why I don't be around a lot of people because this is too much. That's crazy.
I said, there is no other person. I said, I kicked him out. That was me, all by myself. No gun, just my fist. And so she said, he's telling us that he had got married, and then she was like, apparently y'all had a baby. So she was like, so you got a kid with him? So I had explained to her, I said, no, I said I had a miscarriage back in June of 2020, and I had to have surgery in July. So she was just like, girl. So she started like really being encouraging and was saying, you dodged a bullet, honey. She was like, I don't wish this. She's like, I know he my family, but I don't wish him on no woman. So
he's like, thank God you lost that baby.
We've had each other's number. She was like, if you need anything, please feel free to call me. She was like, I've had my own issues with him. I've had my own issues in life. But she was like, get your divorce and be done with him. Then she said, I'm going to put you in contact with the older brother. Next part is me finally talking to the older brother that he had been talking to every morning. Part 37, who the fuck did I marry? So at this point in time, I have filed for divorce.
Okay, like I said, we're going to end it right here. All right. Tomorrow I won't be able to put out no videos. Sorry, but Sunday, of course, we'll be back with the after show, etc., etc. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below. This will stay up, and I'm gonna clip this as well, put it separately for the why did I get married reaction. This got really sick in the head, and this is why I say it's like a disorder type of thing, because maybe it was a coping mechanism to deal with all these people that passed away in his life, and he's acting like they're still alive, and he's talking to them, because that's a lot of time to just lie about stuff like that. Like, god damn, you got time on your hands, nigga. Okay, let me know what y'all think down below, and we're our babies.
No, personally.